Welcome everyone, I'm George Rapidas, nutritionist, chef, and author, and I'd like to welcome you to Eat Right by George, where we learn that healthy can be delicious. And on today's show, we will be learning how to prepare hummus pita sandwiches. Yes, hummus pita sandwiches. This is a very, very nutritious, colorful meal. It can be eaten for lunch, it can be eaten as a snack, and I'm going to show you right here how easy it is to prepare hummus pita sandwiches. And the first thing that you are going to need equipment-wise as you are making hummus pita sandwiches is a food processor. It will help you to make the chickpeas more smooth so that they're not full of lumps and grainy. And what I like to do is take 2 cups of chickpeas or garbanzo beans, which are very nutritious. They're full of protein and lots of fiber, and of course we need plenty of fiber because many of us only get about 10 grams of fiber every day, and we need about 25 grams of fiber every day. And what I'm going to do is add the chickpeas to our food processor, and do not drain the juice. If you get canned peas, canned chickpeas, do not drain the juice because you need the juice when you prepare these. It will make the hummus smoother, and it's going to have a better texture when you are preparing it. So I slowly add our garbanzo beans or chickpeas to our food processor. Next in this recipe, you will need some olive oil. I usually put about 2 tablespoons, and I use the extra virgin olive oil. As you can tell, the extra virgin olive oil has a lot of color. It has a dark green color compared to some of the other olive oils, such as the light or pure olive oil. Those have been overly processed, but the extra virgin olive oil has a dark green, beautiful color. Add a couple tablespoons. And as you know, it's a monounsaturated fat, which it's going to help your cholesterol levels. This is something you can even prepare for your doctor. You can have your doctor over for lunch and prepare them a very healthy hummus pita sandwich. And it's vegetarian style. So what I do is carefully turn on our food processor and just getting the chickpeas processed. And next I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. This is what gives the hummus a nice kicked up flavor, a nice zing to your hummus pita sandwiches. Now, one thing that's missing here is garlic. And what I like to do is take a couple of cloves of garlic and lightly tap them to get the peel off. And garlic is great for cholesterol as well. It's also an antibacterial too, which means it keeps your food fresher as well for a longer period of time. And I just chop them lightly. I take the ends off. And it doesn't really matter because you're going to be putting it in the food processor. So just give them a rough chop, and then you just add this to your food processor and your hummus, your garbanzo beans. Oh, it's looking good already. I can't wait. This is one of my favorite recipes to prepare, and hummus goes with everything. And hummus can be used in so many different ways. As a dip, it can be used also as a dressing. You can, instead of using mayonnaise in your recipes, take a couple tablespoons of hummus and put those on your bun. Let's say you're having a turkey sandwich or a turkey club sandwich. Take a couple tablespoons of the hummus and replace that instead of using mayonnaise, because you know that mayonnaise has more fat and more calories. Why would you want more fat and calories Instead, put a lot of protein and healthy fats from your olive oil. So I let that rest just a little bit. You can also put it in your refrigerator for about an hour and let that cool. And while that's resting, I'm going to chop some fresh vegetables. And I just love red peppers. And you might ask, why do you love red peppers? Well, number one, they're very colorful, as you can see. And red peppers have double the vitamin C of almost any food, even an orange. There's more vitamin C in a red pepper than in orange, actually. They're full of antioxidants. They have some fiber in them. And they're very colorful. They're very attractive. So what I do first is I julienne my pepper. I take the seeds out because you don't want the seeds in there. And I like to dice my red pepper carefully using a French knife. So dicing means it's almost the smallest cut. First is chopping is a bigger cut, then dicing, and then there's mincing. Usually you mince garlic, but I like to just dice my red pepper. It's really simple, as you see, and I cut the top off. You can also use that if you don't like to waste your vegetables. You can just cut the top off, and then you can also cut around it. And take, and just like this. Now this red pepper is going to be used on top of our pita sandwich. It's going to be really colorful. Another thing I like to put on our pita sandwich is some cucumber. Now cucumbers, they're really tasty in the summertime. I like to grow cucumbers in my garden, and sometimes I just eat them right off of the vine. That's how much I love fresh cucumbers. You can take the peel off if you like. And once again, you julienne strip your cucumber, which means you make it almost into matchsticks. And then you just dice it, just like the red pepper. This will also be another topping for your hummus pita sandwiches. So I put that alongside my red peppers as a topping. Another topping that would be good is some Kalamata olives. These have the pits in them. You can get them without the pit. But I just take and just slice around it, around the seed, and just get a few pieces in there, as you can see. Make sure you have a nice sharp knife. And I don't recommend the canned olives. I don't recommend canned olives. They don't taste as good. I recommend that you go to a little Middle Eastern market, Greek or Italian market, ethnic market, and get some fresh olives from the deli. You can buy them by the pound. And you can even taste them usually ahead of time to see what you like. Some olives are saltier than others, so it depends on your flavor. They're put in the brine longer when they're salty. So I just cut around the olive just like this and lightly dice them. So as you can see, I have my red peppers here. These are all my toppings for my pita sandwich. And the next step would be to heat a griddle. So what I like to do is kind of move this to the side for a minute or two and put our vegetables aside. And then I'm going to bring a griddle to our cooking segment. And what I do here is I heat it to about 350. Get the griddle nice and hot, and I'm going to take some pita bread. You can get fresh pita bread, or you can make your own pita bread if you have time permits. And what I like to do is take a little bit of olive oil, our extra virgin olive oil, and brush each pita bread with the olive oil, just like this. It's nice if you have a pastry brush. It makes your life a lot easier. So you can brush both sides. Now if you hear the pita bread sizzling, then you know that they're ready to cook. You can see it's really simple, really fun to make. And healthy because I'm using the extra virgin olive oil. Now these you can prepare them whole or you can cut them in half. If you have a lot of guests over and you want to have more, you can cut them in half. If you don't have a griddle, you can also use just a plain skillet. But I like to use a griddle because the griddle cooks more even, and I'm not trying to figure out what side of the pan is hotter or what side is colder. The griddle pretty much cooks really even all the way across. I always play with the controls to see if I can get it a little bit hotter. And I just take a spatula and check if it's a little bit golden brown, then I just flip it. Oh yeah, now they're cooking. Now I like to cook pita bread just to warm it up because I don't like to have cold pita bread and cold hummus. So what I like to do is to warm up the pita bread, and it brings out the flavor of the pita bread. And of course in pita bread there's less calories than regular bread, so because it's flat bread. So I like to flip them around. And if you have a glove, it's a lot easier too. And the nice thing about it is that the pita bread gets nice and soft and it's easier to work with. You can see they're getting nice and golden brown. You can also get whole wheat pita bread, which is better because we need to get more grains into our diet. Remember, we need to have at least 3 whole grains in our diet every day, 3 servings of whole grains. And whole grains, of course, are breads that are 100% whole wheat, not enriched. I like to get whole wheat. More grains into our diet. It's really important. Now these are nice and hot, and they're just about golden brown, as you can see. If you want them more golden brown, you can brush more olive oil on top, but I think these are pretty good right there. So I'm going to put this aside just for a second and bring my chopped ingredients, and then I think my hummus is ready to serve on top. If you have a plate handy, take a nice white clean plate. I like to use white because it shows all the other colors of our dish here. And it's really important to use all the colors of the rainbow when we're trying to eat healthy. It's really important because our diet is full of so many white foods. We eat a lot of white flour, we eat a lot of white sugar, we eat a lot of salt in our diet, butter, and we need to eat more like the colors of the rainbow. So this is a great way to get all the different colors of the rainbow into our diet. Because we have our golden brown pita. What I'll take is a couple tablespoons of hummus. Spread that around. It's almost like making a pizza. Nice and smooth. Then I like to add my cucumber all the way around. So we're getting vegetables into our diet. We need at least 5 fruits and vegetables every day. This is a great way to get vegetables into our diet. And we add some red peppers to this. Top it with some olives. And you got all your food groups in there. The more vegetables, the better. That's what I always say. Now, another thing you can do is take a few olives, put them around, some fresh Kalamata olives for our presentation here. And I like to put some fresh herbs. If you have some fresh dill, the great thing about dill is that it comes out every year. I have some in my garden. I don't even need to plant it every summer. It comes out on its own. And dill is great for fish recipes. It's a great garnish, as you can see. It's great for digestion if you wanted to make it into a tea. And if you have some mint leaves, you can put that right on top for decoration, right on top of your pita sandwich. Now the next thing I would do for your guests is you can actually chop this into little slices and serve it on the plate, or you can leave it whole, but I would recommend slicing it into little slices and then serving it as an appetizer. You can serve this as your lunch as a whole. And it's great because you get protein from your hummus, you get your vegetables, healthy fats, and it's colorful too. That's what I love about it. And you get the herbs, which are very aromatic as well. Now another thing I like to do for something that is really important in our diet is to get more healthy fats from things like avocados. And many people shy away from the avocado because it looks a little different than the rest of the, and it's actually a fruit. A lot of the produce that you see, a lot of people shy away from this because they think, how am I going to cut an avocado? Now avocados are full of a lot of nutritious healthy fats, and you need to have that in your diet. So what I like to do is take a paring knife and just cut around it, because what's in the center of an avocado is a seed, a big giant seed, and it's really easy to use them. But one tip I give people is when you're cutting an avocado, get one that's a little bit more ripe, because when they are more ripe, they're easier to cut and spoon out. So as you can see, look how easy that was. This one's a little bit more ripe. Now that you cut it in half, it's ready to be served. So what I like to do is take a spoon and I just clean out all the good stuff that's in there. And I'll just take and put it on our cutting board here. And there's even studies that show that eating more avocados helps to lower the incidence of gray hair. It's true, because avocados contain copper, and our body needs copper to make melanin, which keeps our hair dark. So people that are getting into middle age, I always recommend have a little avocado. So I know a lot of you will be out there buying some avocados. So I take and just slice it carefully. And I take the best parts and I'll just put it, I'll put it just around the side. Just a little bit more healthy fat. Just like this. So I'm going to make some more just to give you an idea how to do this. Give you another tip. Take your pita bread, once again, that's been warmed up. Put a couple dabs of hummus on top. This time I'll take the avocado and put it on the bottom. You'll be surprised, healthy foods can be delicious. And once again, we don't want to waste any of our red pepper. It's got all that vitamin C. And you can get a lot of other recipes from me, from my cookbook, The Gourmet's Guide to Elegant Food Service. There is an excellent recipe in the book that contains the hummus. There's also some great salad recipes as well. And a nice salad would go great with our hummus pita sandwiches. I also have recipes from my books, and I also have a monthly recipe I put out in the Body, Mind, Spirit Guide. You can pick up the Body, Mind, Spirit Guide in a lot of health food stores and a lot of holistic places which carry really good magazines. Now next, I will wrap things up here on Eat Right by George and encourage you to go to the website www.eatrightbygeorge so that you can eat right. There's a lot of great cooking videos on there, links to the cookbooks. There's some great videos that you can watch, such as this, a lot of great demonstrations. And feel free to contact me on the website if you have any nutrition questions or recipes that you need in order to stay healthy and eat right. Because as I mentioned before, obesity is on the rise, heart disease, but we can combat all those diseases if we eat the right foods, because food can be your medicine if you're eating right. It helps your body to work better and to burn calories more efficiently. And of course, eating like the colors of the rainbow. As you can see, we got lots of different colors here that make our diet with more variety and a lot of great textures here as well, because the pita sandwich is also crispy and has a lot of nutritious values right in here. So I want to thank everybody for joining me here on Eat Right by George. Feel free to email me anytime, nutritionist34@yahoo.com. I will be more than happy to answer your nutrition questions, and also I would be more than happy to shoot out some healthy recipes to you, because I have lots of these healthy recipes, such as the hummus pita sandwich, which would be great to have with your family and friends as they come over and gather at the table. Give them something that's nutritious, and you don't even have to tell them it's healthy. They're going to love it anyway. You could even have your doctor come over and have some of the hummus pita sandwich. Have them come over and try some really healthy recipes right here on eatrightbygeorge.com. I want to thank everybody. I'm George Rapidas, nutritionist, chef, and author, and I'm so glad to be here on eatrightbygeorge.com. Thank you so much.